levels that you're never gonna get. Always push it up until the red. Never expect your respect. I train 52 weeks times 10.
Controversially, I awarded The Dark Knight Strikes Again Part 1 a 7 out of 10. I really enjoyed the groundwork that the book had put in, and its introduction of Batman is one of the best within comics. Yet the book as a whole still has a bad reputation. I'm happy to say that I now know why. Opening on News in the Nude, Book 2 quickly destroys all the goodwill that the prior entry established. It's like going on a first date with an alcoholic. You're getting on fine, couple of drinks, couple of chats, and it's going well. Then she decides to get the sambucas out. Within 20 minutes, she's pissed herself, vomited on your shoulder, stubbed the tab out on your Willy Wonka. Ooh. I don't really know what happened to Frank Miller between these two books, but I'm guessing it was heavy doses of heroin. For legal purposes, I have to say allegedly. Throughout the story, the news clips completely derail the plot, acting more as random sound bites than narrative devices, and it makes the book harder to read than Michael J. Fox's handwriting. Within the first 6 pages of the book, we are given 3 double-page spreads, and whilst in comics like Justice League and Forever Evil, these are used to great effect to show a wealth of wonder and grandeur, here it's to fill up time. One of them is just a Batmobile in the sky against a CGI background, and the others look like what you hand in for your final art exam when you've not really put in any time to it because you've been studying for your actual exams. This book especially is filled with them. Every time something dramatic happens, you can bet it's going to take up 7 huge splash pages. Clark and Wonder Woman making love, 5 splash pages. Batman taking down Lex Luthor, 4 splash pages. When it doesn't seem like even the writer is invested in telling an intricate story, I don't see why the reader should waste their time. Gone is the airtight, compressed storytelling from The Dark Knight Returns, and it's replaced with what look like a bunch of sketches and half-finished ideas. This reads like a slideshow, just everything whizzing past. Tell him stop and bust out hammer time instead of Miller time on this book. That doesn't work as a joke. After the Dark Knight completely dismantles his operation, Lex Luthor wants revenge. Unleashing a Brainiac ship upon Metropolis, Superman is the only one who can stop it. After threatening to destroy Kandor if he should flee, the Man of Steel steps down, allowing himself to lose. Whilst this would be a signifying moment of the last son of Krypton's nobility, it's so sloppily told that it becomes hard to digest. I try to really sink my teeth into the meat of the story, but the sourness of it left a bad taste in my mouth. Food puns. In on the plot, Luthor was actually attacking the city and using Superman as a pawn in order to draw Batman out. Of course, the world's greatest detective has preempted this and doesn't take the bait. Instead, we are introduced to Lara, the daughter of Superman and Wonder Woman. She mercilessly destroys the Brainiac ship, and it's a nice introduction, even if she isn't that likeable of a character. Unfortunately, one of the biggest problems of this issue is that it doesn't have much focus on Batman. Whilst the initial issue used the absence of the Caped Crusader to build up to his eventual return, this one seems to be missing him because there isn't much he can do. Close to 60, he's almost useless in fighting these bigger threats, and due to this, the tone of the book and the narrative devices actually shift more towards Superman than they do the Dark Knight. Something that would be absolutely fine if the book didn't feel like it was written by a 3-year-old. How the mighty have fallen. I don't know whether it's the piss poor art, the poorly paced story, or the 697 splash pages, but this is a really bad comic issue, losing all of the wit and social commentary that made The Dark Knight Returns so good. This almost feels pornographic in its poor taste and use of women as objects. At least porn has a good story, so I'm told in case my girlfriend's watching this. This feels completely alien to all of the good work that Miller had done in the past. It's completely directionless, it's a jumble of ideas that just pile on top of each other, to the point that the execution of a good storyline becomes almost impossible. Bad from start to finish. I have no other choice but to award this issue a 3 out of 10. Yeah, so what did you think of the issue, especially in comparison to the first one, which was actually quite good? Well, let me know. Make sure you subscribe, because next week I'm doing the third and final issue of The Dark Knight Strikes Again, and then we've been building up to it. It's my review of The Dark Knight 3. So make sure you stay tuned. Thanks very much for checking out this video. Take care. Peace.